Hey everybody, welcome back to the Armed Scotsman. Today on the table we have a Sig P226. This is the Legion single action only. Let's get this one going. Alright everybody, as I said, this is a Sig P226 Legion single action only. It does come in a double action, single action only as well. There's a bunch of different models of this gun. This one is not optics cut. There is optics cuts version out there also. I've reviewed a Legion before. It was a P229 a while ago. In that video, I did mention that I years ago I owned the Legion when it first came out. And I ended up selling it, not because I didn't like the guns, because I was safe queening it, and I was just like, and I was kind of short on cash at the time. I was like, all right, well, maybe I'll just, I sold it. And I honestly regret it from the day since that day. And I was like, I have to get another one. So I bought another one. So, and I'll tell you why I bought another one as well, other than the fact that I freaking love this gun personally. Okay, so what comes with the gun? Comes with a SIG hard case. Comes with 3 metal mags. SIG OEM mags can be pricey for this gun, just like pretty much any other SIG. They will set you around $50 per mag, but check out and look out for Metgar mags. They make 18, these are 15 round mags. Metgar make 18 round mags that sit almost flush. It has a little base plate that sits below, so you get an extra 3 round capacity, and you can pick them up for around $25. So a really good deal on those, half the price, a little more capacity. And they're, to be honest with you, these are made in the USA, but Metgar makes OEM mags for a ton of different companies, so you're definitely good to go. Anyway, all right, so and then before I forget, you can sign up for the SIG. You can sign up on SIG's website. You can get like a free little carry bag and a challenge coin if that interests you. You can get that as well. But on top of that, it will give you access to the Legion kind of website on SIG, where you can buy different things for your gun that may be not available elsewhere. But anyway, enough of that. Let's change the camera angle around. We'll put it down on the table and we'll check out this gun. Alrighty, let's take a nice close look of this gun. So let's check out the magwell. Very standard magwell. There's not flared in any kind of way, not that I've had any issues in certain magazines. Moving on up, you're going to start with these beautiful Legion G10 grips. The texturing is fantastic on these. You obviously got the little Legion logo in here. You can change them out if you don't like them. I don't know why you would, but you can. With these 2 screws here, you can switch them out. Personally, I really do like these grips. Big fan. Let's move around to the other side here. You'll see we've got some nice texturing right here on the front. Moving on up, you've got a kind of an undercut right here, not kind of an undercut, trigger undercut right there. And I can get a really, I have medium-sized hands, but this gun feels just right to me in my hand. It feels so good. So very nice. Moving up again, let me see if I can get a little closer here. We've got a kind of checkered mag release right here, very nice. Under the trigger guard, you got a little more texturing, and then on the front here also, you do have a little more texturing in here. We'll come to the trigger in a second. Moving on up, you have your slide lock, slide release right here. It's very minimalistic, so it sits very flush against the frame. So it can be sometimes a little hard to lock that back. Not super difficult by any means, but just be aware, because it's so flush, it can be a little difficult. And it does have an external ambidextrous safety right here, and you can see the texturing actually on both right here, on your slide right here and on your safety. So you can carry this cocked and locked. I would not carry this in cocked position because the trigger is light. Personally, again, if I was going to carry this 100% cocked and locked, that would be the only way for me. So the safety's tactile, it feels good. When I actually go to grip the gun to shoot, I actually tend to put my thumb on top. So instead of putting it down here, I actually put my thumb up on top of the safety like that, and I feel like I can get more control of the gun that way by having my thumb on there. It's almost like, you know, you have up front here, sometimes you'll have the little gas pedal right here for your thumb here. Well, I feel like it's almost like a reverse gas pedal for me. Back there is how I like to run it. Obviously, we're hammer fired. This is your hammer back here. Now, once it's you know, cocked and locked and ready to rock, obviously, if you want to clear this gun, you know, you're going to have to either eject the mag, eject the round, and then you can pull the trigger. You can do another way, you know, if you have a round in the chamber, but please be extremely careful doing it this way. You can hold the hammer, pull the trigger in, and slowly let that hammer go forward. But please, please, please be very careful if you do it that way. You'll also notice we have a nice beaver tail right here. Again, allows me to get a nice purchase on the gun. Again, it just feels so incredibly good in my hands. Moving, well, actually, the lower here is actually an alloy, and the slide is stainless steel. So the gun does have some weight to it, and it is a full-size gun. I think it's like 33, 34 ounces. So, I mean, you're going to be able to feel the weight in this gun, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I actually prefer the feel of metal guns compared to polymer. Again, just a personal thing. You do have a pick rail right here, so you can attach whatever light that you would need. Moving up to the slide, you've got some serrations on the front and back here, so if you want to press check or anything like that, you know, or if you just want to rack it, you'll be able to get a good grip on there. Moving up to the top, you do have the Legion logo, if I can get the lighting right here. Obviously it's upside down. Let's try it this way so you guys can get a better look. Little Legion logo right there. Now again, there is models out here that does have the optics cut. This one does not come with it, but be aware that it does have an optics version, obviously, if you want that. Moving up to the sights, this has the X-ray sights. These sights are legit. Now, Sig includes these on a lot of their different guns now, and they're fantastic. It's hard to get, obviously, this in focus, but you've got the big green front sight right here, and then obviously the rear sight has some serrations for any glare. And there's some serrations on either side here, and at night they glow really well. The green dot is very easy to pick up. These X-ray sights are absolutely excellent. I have them on, like, again, my P226, and they have a bunch of different guns, but they're very, very, very good sights. I do like them a lot. Okay, and then this part actually right here is your takedown lever. We'll go over that in just a second also. But yeah, let's go ahead and do let's check out this trigger. Make sure obviously we're clear, which we are. Now this is the single action only with the SRT, short reset trigger in here. So you can see we got a little bit of, this is kind of your take up, and then you obviously hit the wall, and then let's check out the brake. Very nice brake, very light trigger. It's probably like a 4-pound trigger. We'll weigh it in just a second. So it's got a very nice brake, and let's check out that reset. As I say, it's got the SRT short reset trigger in here, so let's check that out. There, tactile, audible, and short. And then your brake. Very, very, very nice trigger. Now, along with the single action only, Sig has a double action, single action. If you don't know what that is, if the hammer is down, the first stage is your double action. It's a heavy pull. It's like a 10 pound pull. It's a heavy pull for this first one. It's smooth, but it is heavy. And a lot of people like to carry it this way with a double action, single action, because of the trigger being so heavy and in that initial pull. So when you pull it, long, heavy pull, I mean, like so, that's a long, heavy pull, but that's what it's designed for. Once the gun fires, it racks a slide, puts the hammer back, you're in single action only, and then you pretty much almost go to the single action only trigger. You've got, that's your take up, you're at the wall, nice brake, and then your reset. This will have the short reset trigger in here also, the short reset trigger, as well, and then you've got a little bit of let out, and then positive and tactile. So the big difference between these two is this one is a constant, consistent pull of about 4.5 pounds. It doesn't change with this one. Again, it's got that first double action is a long, heavy pull, unless you can pull the hammer back and go straight into single action if you want. And then you have your decocker. So if you're back here and you're like, okay, I want to put, if you put the magazine in, you rack around and the hammer's back, you're like, okay, I want to go in a safer condition. So instead of having a safety, push the decocker down, it safely puts that hammer down, the round is loaded obviously in there, and then you're on that long heavy pull, which again, a lot of people prefer that because they feel like it's safer to carry. Again, it just comes down to personal preference. I'm curious if you guys prefer double action, single action, or if you just prefer the single action only. I get a little torn on both because I can see the benefits of a double action, single action only, but I also really like just the consistent pull of this one where I don't have to worry about that. And then I can carry it cocked and locked. But either way, I'm really curious on your guys' thoughts on which one you prefer. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually check out the trigger pull on this and see what we get. Okay, we're going to use our wheeler trigger scale right here. Let's try and make sure we use the same location each time. So it's 3.3 pounds, which that might be a little lighter than I think it is. Let's do it one more time. 4 pounds. And 4 pounds is where it's supposed to be. And again, it might just be how I'm pulling it, but the trigger feels phenomenal. It feels the same weight every time. It is a very light trigger, phenomenal. All right, let's go ahead and take this gun down, just show you the internals real fast. And it's the same to take them down in both the single action only and double action. So obviously make sure your gun's clear, which we already know it is. And then we're gonna pull back, lock the slide back. Going to come up to your lever right here. You're just gonna push it down like so, so it's up and down. Gonna let the slide go forward and slide that off. Check out this lower first, let's check it out. Everything looks great. You know, even in the inside, it's coated really well. Like the actual Cerakote looks fantastic. When they first came out with these guns, like the Legions 4 or 5 years ago, the original finish wasn't good and it was bad, and they ended up changing it to this new coating that they have. Let's take this out. So here's your guide rod and spring right here. And then here's your barrel. Barrel's 4.4 inches. And the overall length of the gun, I believe, is about 8 inches. So as I say, it is a full-size gun. And then here is your slide. Again, craftsmanship is fantastic on this. Very nice indeed. All right. So what's my overall thoughts on the P226? I think you guys already know, and I've already stated, I love these guns. I think they're sexy as hell, and they shoot fantastic, and they're overall just quality guns. They're very, very nice. Now, as I say, if you want double action or single action, that's completely up to you. And you know, I don't have the P229 to hand right now, but the real difference is you can see this part of this like right here. Pretty much the 229 is going to come up to where that line is, so you're going to have a shorter slide. Is pretty much one of the big differences in size, but. Love the P226. The P226 has been around for about 40 years, not the Legion. Legion's obviously, you know, 4 or 5 years it's been around. But these guns have been around a long time. They're absolutely proven. And they're just great guns. I'm a big fan. Now, when I bought one of these originally, I think it was like $1,300. Now, that's kind of the price you're going to pay with the optics cut on there. They're about that price. So they're definitely not cheap. I 100% feel you're getting your money's worth, no question about that. However, one of the things that I said, one of the reasons why I bought one now is because with the non-optics version, you're going to be able to pick these up for, I've seen them as low as $8.99, which for me is ridiculous. At that price, I wouldn't hesitate. As soon as I seen it at that price, I was like, mine. So I went, and that was brand new from a, you know, just an online retailer, and I just was like, yeah, I'm definitely taking this. Now, obviously, this is at the time of posting this video, things may change. I don't usually like to include the pricing of the gun because one, YouTube hates it and doesn't like me put my ads on my videos, and two, because price does fluctuate. So bear that in mind. But for at that price, for what you get, an amazing trigger, completely metal gun, alloy and stainless steel, amazing sights, awesome G10 grips, like it's just a great gun. So anyway, long story short, yes, I love this gun. Yes, I 110% recommend it. There's just no question about that. So anyway, that is pretty much it from me. If you have any questions, any comments, please ask them below. I'm happy to help out whoever I can. And that's it. Until next time, folks, I'll catch you later.